Welcome to Everyday Linux User. In my last video, I created a custom Cachy OS using Openbox, and I added my own panel, my own menu, and all the other tooling around it to see if I can make Cachy as light as possible. And the final result was that it ran in about 550 megabytes of RAM. So here is Cachy OS with just the LXQt desktop environment installed. And as you can see when I open up this picture, you can see that it runs in 552 megabytes of RAM, which begs the question, was it even worth doing a custom install? So in this video, I've just installed the LXQt version, and I'm going to see what works, what doesn't work, and then I'm going to come to my own conclusion. But at the moment, it's not looking good for the custom install. So we'll start with hardware. You can see the Wi-Fi set up by default, and in my custom, I had to manually install the Wi-Fi. It didn't take long, but this was set up by default within the LXQt version of Cachy. Now there is no Bluetooth as far as I can see, but when it comes to printing, now with my custom install I installed the cup service and everything manually, but the Cachy installer does give you the option, so I could have done that from the outset. But you can see the same print settings that I had set up for my custom is also available here. And there we have it. So my printer is now set up. Now, default applications you get with LXQt. I installed the HP device manager as part of the Cachy install, but you get the PCMan FM file manager. With the default one they get for Openbox, you actually end up with the Tuner file manager. You get Featherpad as opposed to text editor. Under graphics you get a screen grab tool. Under the internet you get Firefox as a default browser. And that's pretty much it. Focus screen I've installed myself, but everything else is kind of installed by default. And then you've got Octopi for installing software. Now one thing that didn't work in my custom install was the Cachy package installer. Let's see if we can install the Falcon web browser. And there we have it. So that's a step ahead of my custom install, that you've got all these apps you can just install from here. So different browsers, communication tools, development tools, games, graphics programs. So all these things here. And this is me installing the Bluetooth stuff. So I rebooted and you can see Bluetooth is available.
Connecting. Disconnected.
Now other than Bluetooth not working, let's see what else. You can drag icons into the quick launch here, and if you want to install more, I've just installed LibreOffice, so I can put LibreOffice down here as well. Like that. But if I want to install more, but if I want more things like video, I'm just going to install the ones I need just by clicking the ticks. We need VLC as well. So using this graphical package manager is easier than doing it manually via Pacman, so if you'd like to do it from a visual point of view. And you can see that's quick installing those apps. So if we go to video, we can now put Kdenlive down here, we'll put VLC down here. And there we go. Now we could change the wallpaper. So I've put my own wallpapers in a folder here, and we're just going to go for a Christmas themed wallpaper. Now there's lots of theming you can do with LXQt, and I actually have a guide showing how to customize the LXQt desktop. So I'll link that in the show notes. But essentially the point of this video is, was it worth customizing and installing the Openbox just for memory sake alone? And the answer is no, it isn't, because you can see here I've installed the LXQt version of Cachy, and it works with a similar amount of memory as the one I customized for being lightweight. So using Openbox on its own isn't going to cut down your memory by the time you've added panels and everything else in, because LXQt is already optimized well enough. And that's not saying you can't use a different window manager and get it lighter still, but the customization alone isn't about just being lightweight. You have to do it because you want something different to what's stock. So for instance, if you didn't want an LX panel, if you didn't want the LXQt tools, things like that, then that's a good reason to do a customization like the one I showed previously. But for pure memory sake, not worth it, because this works better probably out of the box than the one I used to customize. And that's it. That's the end of the video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time on Everyday Linux User.